4030. Search Operation Smart App or scan the QR code on your screen. The £12.60 a month. What's been named?
No, good. She don't like nobody. She don't like nobody. She don't like nobody. She don't like nobody. Nobody like me. Nobody like me. 51. Morning, everyone.
eBay is short fit. Find swag parts for your car just by entering your watch. eBay brings people love.
No, I had a shit sleep again. Anyway, good morning, everybody. How are you doing? Hey, mate. Yeah, that's not a problem, bro. I'm here then anyway on my own. I need to go out in a while, but
This week in our series of reports on UFOs,
I'm
we
here.
learned a number of things. That not everybody who sees a UFO is crazy. That our government has lied about UFO information, that it's withheld UFO files, and even spot UFO witnesses. We've also heard from
Just
scientists who
making
say life
smoke,
elsewhere
bro.
in the universe is virtually a certainty.
Eh,
The majority of Americans believe that UFOs are real and come from space.
well,
Part 5 of this report, George Hacker produced
I have to go out about,
amazing.
I have to go out about 12.
As a child in the early 1990s, I remember a story making its way across television.
My son's going up to get me things, because I don't want to cause no trouble, you know, and I don't want to get arrested, so I'm going to get my son to get me stuff.
In a fairy tale to others. I'm packing up optical gear, camera equipment, and getting a truck ready for an adventure out into the arid desert.
Whoever is running the show, but S4 is perpetrating a fraud on the American people and on the
Yeah, that's not a problem, bro. You're welcome. Come on.
About this story, about the operation up there on Monday and beyond. This is by no means the end of this series of reports.
We're heading out to explore one of the craziest stories ever told. And that story takes place at Area 51.
I've always, do you know, if I could get into some base in the world, it'd be Area 51. You know that, right?
It's a long road to Rachel, Nevada. And because of that, it provided an opportunity to explore along the way.
The little alien.
And with a story like this, what a better place to start than somewhere that looks like a distant planet.
Yeah, that's grand, Lee, no problem. I've been bleeding like fuck, you know. It's like, I suppose it is what it is, you know. You reap what you sow. So, fuck's sake. You reap what you sow. No, I didn't get a chance to watch it, Lee, but I will. It's just like it's just. You know how to do that. No, leave it out. Guys, give me a minute. Guys, listen, I'll be back in a second. Give me a second.
Well, there's several, actually nine, flying saucers like this, that are out there of extraterrestrial origin.
Smoke. No. But I don't really care anymore, bro.
What's going on up there could be the most important event in history. You're talking about contact, physical contact from another system, another planet, another intelligence. That's gotta be the biggest event in history, period. And it's real and it's there.
Anyway, like I said, it's like I've had a few days to think. It's like, I could have acted in a different way the other day, you know, and I didn't. And truth be, love can break your heart, you know. But it is what it is. What I've realised is, if you're boring your partner and she has to talk to other people, well then you need to let it go. I have to, because I'll end up back in hospital, and I don't want that. It's probably going to happen in anyway, whether I want that or not. And I'm not talking about my mental health. I'm talking about my physical health. You want to see the bleed I've just had upstairs? You know, I'm worn out where I am. I'm just tired of being tired. I just want to sleep. Self love cup. You say you have to love yourself before you can love somebody else. But what if you love somebody else more than you love you? That's a problem then, isn't it? Like I said, I've had a few days to digest it. I've cried myself to sleep the last few nights looking at my son's videos. You know, and yeah, it just makes me feel sad inside. Hey, Ron, good morning, mate. Shut up, man. Morning, DJ. Hey, mate. Yeah. It's a shitty day outside of Manchester, and anyway. Is there any boxing on tonight? Does anyone know? I know United have Chelsea at 5:30 today. Morning, Mr. LJ.
Our first night under the Nevada sky doesn't disappoint. We can hear aircraft everywhere, but many are hard to spot. For me,
Just getting over it, mate. Thanks for asking, yeah. I have no other choice, bro. You know, you allow people to treat you a certain way, but it is what it is, you know. I've been broken hearted before, like, so I've been here before, you know. But shit happens, doesn't it? And nothing I can do. I was sleepwalking last night, and my brother come down, and he's like, "Bro, what you doing? You're banging all the pots. It's like 3 in the morning." I was like, "Bro, sorry." I woke up, you know, I was sleepwalking last night, and I thought I was hallucinating because it's like, why am I in this house? Why am I here? You know, I forgot where I was again, and that's what worries me. I'm collapsing, I'm bleeding, you know, and I'm terrified to go to the hospital, you know. Yeah, I'm proper worried. You know, when you're worried about yourself, and no one else gives two flying fucks about it other than your family and your kids. Yeah, all the shit in there today, yeah. I went out to Etihad yesterday, made a bit of content. I enjoy making videos, you know. Like, I started YouTube 7 years ago, and all I've ever wanted to do is to hit me card. You can help a couple of people if I can do that, but sometimes when you help people, you get criticised, you get mocked, you get demonized. You know, everybody's thinking you're the bad guy, but no, hang on a minute. Why did you react like that? You know, because Jude's got a heart, that's why. Morning, Scott. Hey, mate. Yeah, I'd like to apologise for the last 2-3 days. Like I said, when your heart is hurt, we act a certain way. You know, you can't help who you love in life, but you can't help those that love you and tell you that they'll be there with you in all your hard times. You know, like if I showed one of my family the videos I've been making every time I went to the toilet, they'd be like, bro, why didn't you fucking tell me? You know, so what happened was I was so wrapped up in keeping everybody happy, but behind closed doors I was suffering in silence, and obviously someone else is. So I don't want to be with somebody who thinks I'm boring and calling me certain names, because if I allow this to happen, it'll carry on until I'm dead. And rather than be miserable, I don't know how long God has in store for me. If you've seen the way I've been bleeding, you wouldn't give me long. And this person knew this, and that's what kills me. I could be dying in a hospital and I wouldn't get a visit, and I didn't do this. Do you understand? Like, not even a text to ask me how I am, you know. But I'm very lucky to have the boys, you know. So have any plans today? Morning, Andrew. You know, do you know when you start second guessing yourself? That's when you know there's a problem, isn't there? When you second guess yourself, you know, it's like, when relationships break down, it can have a ripple effect on you. Like, I really thought, like, you know, fuck it, I've been here before, I'll just brush it off, you know. But it's very hard, you know, when you're faithful to someone. Like, I've had girls text me, you know, over the last 3 years, and I told them all, listen, I have a girlfriend, you know, because I'm not perfect, but when it comes to being with somebody and if I love you, I'll fight tooth and nail for you. And it's like, if you love them and they hate you, why should I fight for them anymore? I'll fight for my kids, always. You know, I've seen this situation happening and I allowed it to happen because I fell in love and I got my life back, you know. 3 years, you know, like, this has happened to me before. I've been cheated on before, but I'm not gonna lie, it's the biggest kick in the bollocks I've ever had in my life, put it that way. Me ghoulies are not yours trulies, you know. Some people think Jude, yeah, he's a foolies. But thank God for me eyesight. I'd like to thank God for letting me see those messages. what I've realised is I'm not good enough for this person. And no matter what I do, even if I won the lottery, yeah, she'd probably want me then. But I have to think of myself, and I also have to think of my son. I grew up in a broken home where it was broken every day. I had a drink, and he fell out with me ma. He wrecked the gaff. He grabbed me ma by the neck, pick her up, and choke slam her. And I tried to help, and I'd get smacked. My dad broke my nose twice, right? Yeah. Morning, Mrs. Williams. Like I said, absence makes the heart grow fonder, but I don't want to go back, you know. You can't fix this, you know. And I wish I could, you know, I really do. Like I was bollocks last night. As you know, guys, I take my meds every night between 10:30 and 11, you know. And if I'm laying on the sofa and I'm tired, I'll just fall asleep, you know. It's like, but like I said, today I woke up and I said to myself, just try get on with it and cope with it. You've been here before, Jude. You know, you've been here before. Like, it does take two to tango. I'm not going to lay all the blame on this other party. But when you find out, if you just on your ma's phone or, you know, guys, give me a minute. Sorry about that. I was just speaking to my son. Like, even me kids know, like, how I am. Like, if I love you, it's like a contract, yeah? By me telling you, you know what I mean? It's like love, loyalty, obedience, versatility, ecstasy, love. Hey, Pablo, good morning, bro. Okay. Nah, like I said, bro, look, all you can do is take one at a time, and if you're not good enough for somebody, okay? No, he had a drink last night, but like I said, it is what it is, bro. But have you any plans for the weekend, Pablo? They're going out tonight. I might go with them. It's like I've not been anywhere for ages, you know. I've not been out on my own in 3 years, haven't I? Anywhere, you know, because I was too worried about upsetting somebody else, or I knew it'd put them in a mood, so I didn't bother, and that's control. And I refuse to be controlled. And I refuse to be mocked and degraded and undermined and, you know, proper piss take. But I suppose it is what it is. No way. Chopper good. Well, I'll send him a message. I've not opened my Instagram, Pablo. It's like, it's probably on my Instagram. Yeah, I'll have a check in a little while. I've not seen Chopper for a minute. But any plans for the weekend, Pablo? Okay, I'll check it. I'll check when I finish this live. I woke up today, Pablo. I didn't even know what day it was. You know, I didn't know what day it was. I was sleepwalking last night. I was down here. I had all the pots and pans out. Right, wait till you hear this. I sleepwalk, right? So last night, I come down here. Right, have you seen Step Brothers, the way they leave shit in the fridge and in the cooker? That's me. I leave pots and pans in the fucking fridge. So Alex woke me up this morning. He said, bro, what are you doing? I was like, what do you mean? He's like, why have you got pots in your hand? What the fuck? Bro, you've been banging them pots down here, you know. Like I said, this has had a major impact on my mental health. You know what I mean? And it's like I trigger a lot. And the thing about mental health issues is if you have severe mental health issues, you can't live with somebody who has similar issues to you because you're fighting a losing battle, you know, and your soul will be suffocated like you're drowning in anxiety. And I refuse to go quietly. I'm waiting for my son. He's coming down today. Pablo, not even a message saying sorry, but it's all right. Have you any plans for today, bro? Yeah, I just have to get on with it. Well, that's all I want to do, Pablo, is see me baby every weekend. You know what I mean? Have him overnight, you know, because I've been there since he's a kid, but that's what's upsetting me, you know. I just hope my child isn't weaponized. But it is what it is. It's like I said, I couldn't be more sunk than I am. I feel like a submarine has had to been hit by a torpedo and we're taking on water to the point where you have to hold your breath, you know. Well, I'm just hoping, Pablo, you know, like I said, I could tell you a few things here, Pablo, and I don't want to make anybody look bad, but, you know, because two rights don't make a wrong. You know, Pablo, for the last 3 years, I've had women texting me every day. Yeah? And you know what I've done with every one of them? I've deleted them. Because I thought, like, you can't be talking to other people on WhatsApp, Instagram, TikTok, wherever. You know, I'm 51 and I'm just tired. You know, I think there's a part of me that'll always love Lisa, but I'm not in love with her after what I seen. After what she did. You know, she asked me to go a few weeks ago as well. You know what I mean? So, like I said, I'm free as a bird, like a blackbird, you know, out in the tree. You know, do you like birds? People, now, depending who you ask, I like birds too. But sometimes when you're broken hearted, you react a certain way, and like I said, it's just difficult for me to speak about. Pablo, who are you going today? Man United or Chelsea? I know who I'm going with. I'm going with Chelsea. We'll probably get. Hey, Stephen. Man United will probably get fucking relegated at this point. But Lee Marvin Hitchman, I think, is coming over for a coffee. Fair play to Lee. but I'm supposed to nip out, me. You know what I mean? I'm going out to do a bit of content over at the Etihad. You know, like because I've a big ball of anxiety in here. You know what I mean? It's like, and me personally, I'm a faithful person. You know, if I'm with somebody, yeah, I don't text people behind their back. You know, like you don't do that. That's infidelity. And if they can do that and lie to your face, what else are they capable of? You know. I don't know. He's just going up to get me stuff, Pablo. You know, because I don't want trouble, and I don't know whether that other party is still there. So I don't want to put myself in a situation where the police has rang for me. Because if they come here one more time, Pablo, I'm gone with them. You know, the next time they knock at the door, they're coming for me. You know. But like I said, you know, yeah, me kids are worried about me. You know, it's like, yeah, you know, me kids shouldn't have to worry about me. You know. I swore I'd never be like you, and now I wave your shadow too. Hey, good dear. Just one, three. We go from fire. Like what I've been asking myself the last few days, is it natural to feel like this? Is it normal to feel hurt after you see things like that? Chelsea made some squad improvements, definitely. You're a Chelsea fan, eh, Stephen? Well, you're welcome in here, lad. Everybody that has mental health issues, addiction issues, whether you're a football fan, a fighting fan, a UFC, a boxing fan, you're welcome in here. It's like, see, the thing is, sometimes people try to normalize things, and like I said, I woke up today and I said to myself, look, you couldn't be more destroyed. So accept it and suck it up like you did all the other times. You've been through much worse, Stuart. You know, you will prevail. You know, I don't losing. I don't like losing, and I don't fail. And again, I will prevail. Repent for what? You know, it's like most of my life I've been the blame or been the problem, but this time it's not me, Pablo. You know, but you know, I just want what everyone else wants in the world, which is love and honesty, and for somebody that loves you to be faithful to you and not chat to people behind your back. So, guys, anyway, good morning. Sorry about that. I'm just, like I said, I'm still a bit hurt. Well, or more than a bit hurt. Lee Marvin Hitchman said that he's going to come over. So, Pablo, I'm going to do a podcast with Lee, right? It's like, he's a humble guy, you know what I mean? And he said a few things to me yesterday. He gave me another coping strategy. He said, Jude, when I know you're hurt, but count to 10 before you say things. So shout out to Lee for that.
All of that stuff is science fiction becomes reality if you have a machine that can make gravity. And what we worked on in the desert was a machine that makes gravity.
Like, you know, my man, at the end of the day, and it's like, You know when we're young, right? And we're palling around with all our friends. We want to impress our friends. You know, I've always been a people pleaser. You know what I mean? But I've never been a cock teaser. I've always been a pleaser. Morning, brother. Do you want a cup of tea?
Yeah, go on. Any bollocks that you did last night?
I was sleepwalking, wasn't I?
Gonna have to lock that door at the night time, mate.
Why, what did I do?
So, I just come down randomly.
Yeah.
And you're asleep on the sofa, and I left it like that.
Right.
So I switched everything off, and I gave you a nice little nudge. Just, come on, bro, don't get in bed. And I left you, I didn't mind it. I stood up,
Yeah.
Then about 2:05, I know. I heard the window go off the boat, so I looked on the camera. You opened the door, you walked outside, walked up and down, came back in, left the door wide
Oh
open,
my God.
sat on the sofa, right? I waited about 10 minutes looking at the camera, the door was still open, I thought, usually I go down. So I went down, and like that, sat right here, like that.
Wow.
Sleep with the door wide open.
So
So
sleepwalk.
I shut the door, and I said, "Dude, go to bed." He went, "Yeah, I'm going now." And then I went back home to bed. He was down here making shitloads of noise. I don't know what he was doing. But I was in the toilet, and then I heard Mark say, "What the fuck is all that noise?" So I shouted out, "Bro, what are you doing?"
Yeah.
"Yeah, I'm coming up now."
Yeah.
I went, "I said you're coming up." I said, "What's the fucking noise?" You know what I mean?
But it's proper, like I said, I sleepwalk. And
Yeah, I'm gonna have to lock that door.
a couple of times I've collapsed when it's happened. And I knew I did it last night because I come down this morning and I was
Do
like,
you know what though? You went, it's not that you were bad. Even when I nudged you the first time, you didn't complain and like that. Like, obviously, because you know Mark's getting a new sofa when he gets back from
yeah,
Dubai.
yeah.
So I was thinking like, you know, it's kind of go better there. What the fuck
Yeah.
are you falling asleep down there? So if you had to stuff off last week, last night, you might have thought maybe it's my room, which is good. But you walked outside and the door wide open.
Rona, that goes to tell you, I can't remember doing that. I mean, baby's life, you know. Oh, gee, hang on a minute.
It's lucky enough I have that camera.
Yeah, it's like, well, I couldn't sleepwalk, and this is what I'm saying, not even knowing that I'm doing it. That's why I'm a bit worried about myself, well, because it keeps happening. Like, when I was up with Lisa, it's like I was sleepwalking and collapsing. And I kept it to myself because I didn't want to tell anyone, I didn't want to worry anyone, but it's like, when I sleepwalk out, it's like I'm in this fucking state after taking my medication, it knocked me out to the point where if I'm sat up, there's a good chance that I'll fucking sleepwalk. It's like, now I'm only back here, and it's like, bro, this only happens once every couple of months. It can happen me, but going outside.
Look, I don't mind sleepwalking because you can't help it. It's not like you just purposely wake yourself up to go for a little walk. But when you opened that door last night, I left the door open, then I was thinking like, you know, bro, just fucking
Yeah, I
psychopath.
didn't even know. This is what I'm saying, and this has been going on for the last 18 months. Like,
Well, you know what I'll do at night time now? You know when the night's done
yeah,
and when we're not going out, I'll
Yeah.
just lock the door from the inside.
Yeah.
And that way, no matter how much you open it, unless you have a key, you can't get out.
sorry about that.
No, dude, you don't have to apologize, bro. I
Like
don't know
it's-
what the fuck noise you was making.
Yeah.
What you were doing. You know what I mean? I never come down because I didn't want you to feel like I'm being a prick.
Yeah,
Or like that, but you was making some mad noise. I mean, banging every second. And I thought, oh, I can't deal with it. And I heard, oh, shut what the fuck is all that noise? And then that's when I shouted out to you, like, dude, what are you doing?
because remember the last
I'm
time,
coming up now. And I'm not asking you if you're coming up, I'm asking you what the fuck all that
Al-
noise is.
like I said, right, can you remember when Alan was alive? I woke up, I got over the fucking fence, and I just remember Mark calling me, and I remember waking up, I was on my knees like a fucking dog, and Alan's on the sofa staring at me, and I panicked, and I jumped over the fence, but what I didn't realise was I had no shoes on, all my feet was covered in mud, and I didn't, bro, I could have fucking choked. Even though he never did that on me, but bro, here's the thing: if you can jump over a fence and not wake up and end up in someone else's fucking house,
Well, look, like I said in future, I'm just gonna lock the door at the night
Yeah.
time because if nobody needs to be out at that time in the morning,
yeah.
there's no problem me locking the door.
Pablo said hello to you.
Yes, Pablo.
Hey,
Pablo, I'm rough. I'm rough.
hello, Mr. Murphy. So Pablo, Alex has just told me last night I was sleepwalking. He come down here, yeah. He heard the doorbell going, you know, the ring bell. I was out there walking in, out, you know, and Pablo, it's getting worse, it is, you know, and I'm not going to lie, I'm worried about it because I've collapsed a few times, right?
Well, at the same time, should I start hiding the shop?
But last night, it's like, I was sleepwalking again. Because what, I'd say if I take my meds, within an hour, they kick in. And he said to me last night, I was sitting on the chair like that, like I was fucking gouging, you know. And it's like, you have to understand something. If you take all those meds, right, and you're sat upright, it looks like you're just wasted off your fucking head on drugs, but it couldn't be more far from the
Can I
truth.
say something? I'm not being rude,
Yeah,
but I just listened to what you said then, you know, about taking the meds within an hour.
yeah,
That's when you kick in.
yeah,
What you need to do is, right, not that you have to, I'm just
yeah,
saying, you normally take your meds late-ish because I know you had like your own little routine because you told me the first day. Like, Alex, I do normally try and get my head down about 11 o'clock. Is that the other? 'Cause you get
Yeah.
to bed. So what to do is, when you get your TV, I'll link it up, you know, to the
Yeah.
and everything. So you've got your YouTube.
Well, I have a 50-inch TV up there.
So I'll set all that up in your room.
Yeah,
And then, you know, the night time, you know, when you take your tablet, say about half an hour later, you've got half an hour left before they kick in.
yeah,
Just say to me, Mark, boys, I'm going to go watch something
Yeah.
in the room, or I'm going to do my live in the room. Then if you
Yeah.
fall asleep,
at least I'm in the room.
farthest you can go is either into my bedroom or Mark's bedroom,
Yeah,
but not outside the house. Do you know
well,
what I'm saying? 'Cause
yeah,
if you got your laptop, mobile phone, you've got your TV, they're all connected to the internet, and you know that your meds are going to kick in. Not only will you get a decent sleep,
yeah,
but you'll still be doing your thing, you'll still
Yeah.
be watching your shit. Then I don't have to be on eggshells thinking, is he going to walk out that fucking door?
well, like I said, bro, I will do that because last night concerned me because I can't remember going out that front door. Imagine if we lived on a main road.
If I still had me record, right, so I can watch every single thing that happens on that bell.
Yeah,
But because my subscription isn't renewed yet, I can record it.
okay,
But if I recorded it and showed you, you literally opened the door with aggression. Like,
Yeah.
It wasn't just an open, you fucking opened it. went out, you went,
Wow.
and then you walked straight back in, left the door wide open, sat there. I gave you about 10 minutes thinking, is he coming upstairs or not? And then when I come down, you just sat there like that, but on the middle of the sofa.
Yeah. Well, like I said, bro, that's what I'll do in future. When I take me meds, I'll just fucking a half an hour later go to bed. It's like I said, it's I think it's a neurological problem. It's like,
Look, whatever it is, obviously it's not your fault. It's not like you're getting up and going for a little stroll. It's your brain. That's what it is. Same way like Yusuf like does little things. You know, he doesn't mean to. It's part of like Yusuf's little thing. You know what I mean?
yeah,
It's just how the brain works. But like I just think in general,
cheers, lad.
because you know you're going to get very tired anyway at that time of night.
Yeah.
Plus after taking the meds. So rather than putting yourself in a position where you would try and walk outside, or you would just be like on
Yeah.
the sofa, whatever you're watching down here, put it on up in your room
Yeah.
and then watch it. And dude, I hope you don't think
No, I
it.
don't. I need to get me wireless keyboard for this fucking laptop. But like I said, it's got to the stage now where I'm like it's dangerous. You know, it's like I do sleepwalk, and it happens every couple of months, and at least there's no fucking pillows in the oven and in the fridge. Yeah. Yeah. You wanted more than I could. No, don't worry about it.
And the light.
I swear I'd never be like you. And now I'll wear your shadow too. You wanted more than life could give. And I just want to live. Well, Pablo, like I said, my brother told me last night I was banging like a motherfucker. It's in Dublin, Mr. Murphy. Pablo, you know, when I'm worried and I'm anxious and I'm deflated, you know, it triggers something in my mind. And last night I walked out the front door, bro. I walked out the front door, up and down the road. My brother watched me. I was like that, look, with me head down like that, look, asleep. You know, and it's a neurological problem. I've been collapsing, I've been bleeding, a lot of things have been happening, and because I'm a proud and passionate man, and because I love everybody, I don't want to worry anybody, so I kept it to myself. There was only one other person that knew that I was going through certain things, and I showed her the videos of me bleeding and what the toilet was like after I'd finished. And no compassion, no empathy, no sympathy, no understanding. You know, like when I told you my physical health isn't good and my mental health isn't good, I wasn't lying. I just tried to hang on to stop the relationship dying. Not even one text message to ask me, am I fine? Pablo, who have you got today? You's playing today? I know United have Chelsea. I'm sure it's Chelsea. Tara.
Yeah, I told him I put an accidental £20 bet on Newcastle to beat Barcelona the other night. What a dick. £20 fucking £42.
No way. Now listen, we're all made a certain way, and I wear my heart on my sleeve, and I'm a lover, not a fighter. And when you cheat on me, that's an inviter. And when I say inviter, if someone cheats on you and picks you, over that ex or picks that ex over you. You have to make a choice to put you first now, because it's up to you to put yourself first. And we only get a certain amount of time on this earth. And the last 18 months, I didn't think I'd still be here today after what I've been vlogging. I've made over 100 videos about it, and God forbid if that must ever happen to me, somebody will upload the videos and you'll see and you'll understand. You know, I'm having really bad hemorrhages, and every time it wipes me out, it takes all my energy out. You know, when I have a number two, I'm not being rude, but a couple of the main side effects are anal bleeding, you know, and I have it every time I go to the toilet. And side effects are irreversible. I've researched this. I wish I had researching it before I took it. And the side effects are irreversible. There's consequences and repercussions taking these meds because they have side effects, okay? And we don't ever look at the box and take out the leaflet and read the side effects, and they're irreversible. And I'm not going to lie, I've been struggling really bad with my back and my stomach proper. Like, I've got that degenerative disc disease of a hole in my bowel, so my stomach keeps filling up with air. So anytime I go to the toilet, it's like a Volkswagen kickstarting, you know, and destroying the whole toilet like a sea of red. And I confided in someone that I was afraid, I was scared, because I have a little boy. I have two girls, I have two sons, I have two grandsons. And I was scared. I didn't want to go to the hospital or tell anyone, you know, but I did tell somebody who I thought it'd do something for me, but no, it's a little tale. It's like, Pablo, I always used to, I suffered with IBS for many years, right? Acid reflux, you know, like that burning in my stomach. It's like someone putting a funnel in my mouth and pouring a kettle of hot water into my stomach. And Pablo, I can't release it. There's only one way to release it, and that's when it comes out my backside and looking at the toilet, bro. Honestly, like, Pablo, I could post videos on YouTube, but they'd probably get taken down, you know. And I tried to hang on for dear life for my son, you know. And even though I'm dealing with all this, some individual was very, very, very cruel to me. Pablo, here's the thing. Even if they did fix that tire, it's like I'm still bleeding, bro. And it's like I said to somebody, I said, listen, I'm really scared. I don't know how long I've left. At the rate this is going, you understand? Don't make me life hard for me, you know, because I'm worried about myself and I'm a man and I'll soldier it out, but don't make the mission any more complicated than it needs to be. All as I know is I've been mortally wounded, and it's going to affect me for eternity. It's going to affect me decision making around women now. I had no trust when I met Lisa Zero, and she gave me that, she restored that, and then just, you know. I've an ex from Cabra the first woman I ever loved, well, second woman in all fairness, Jenny Fitzsimons was the first girl I loved. Dylan's mum was the second, and Thomas's mum was the third. I've been in love 3 times. And it's like, I thought I was making progress, but obviously I'm not. You know, I'm a very passionate man. I wear my heart on my sleeve. You know, and I really thought, well, Pablo, listen to me, harmless, calling me boring, telling them I'm moaning all the time, talking about having a baby daddy there and me. Do you understand? So I could tell you a lot of things, Pablo, and you'd be sick. And I'm not innocent here, bro, right? I'm not easy to live with, but look at, I can't carry on the rest of my life apologising 2 or 3 times a day, you know, just to make someone else feel good when they do wrong. And then they do reverse psychology on you. It's called victim blaming. I catch you, Pablo, let's say you're my fella, yeah? And I find messages on your phone to another man, kiss, 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 kiss. Me and you are over. And you're going over the fucking balcony, the two of us. You know, why could you do this to me, Pablo? I love you. Now, the two of us are going to paradise. I'm fucking you off the balcony and I'm coming with you. You know, like, cheating for me destroyed my life. Infidelity is, look, I don't care whether if you don't sleep with anybody, sending another man messages telling them that you're bored of your fella. You only do that for one reason, for attention, and that's the truth. You know, well, now you have all the attention you want. You know, all I wanted was trust. That was it. That's all I've asked you for, is trust. You had me there. But it is what it is, you know. My son's coming up today. Now, listen, Pablo. Gays are allowed. Everybody's allowed here. This is Manchester. It's like, think so, yeah. Yeah, so I think my lad's coming up today. Probably see me kids. What? A what?
Is he coming there?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, I need him to help you with something as well.
Well, Pablo, the way I say it is, my family is around me, you know, and they know what I'm like. And like I said, I was that close, Pablo, to like ringing the hospital and telling them, listen, I'm having fucked up thoughts in my head again, and I'm worried about my safety. I need you to take me in for 28 days. You know, and that's where it could have ended up. You know, 2 days ago or 3 days ago, my world fell apart, but I've had 3 days for it to digest, you know, to accept it, you know, and tell myself I didn't do this, you know, and I'm not having anyone telling me I'm a bad man, a bad father. No, I won't have that. No way. You know, like, that's all I've ever wanted in life. That's my dream, you know. Paul, listen, if you're gay, it's okay. You know. Go on, Pablo. You big bows, you. Having all the Shirley Bassies fighting over you. It looks in Manchester. Hang on, guys. Let me just text me some back. Hang on, let me see what. You. Nah, listen. Nah, listen, shout out to the LGBT community. Pablo, we have a gay village in Manchester, right? And it's like, I've had many good nights there a long time ago, you know. Now, Pablo, there was one thing I have on my bucket list that I never imagined I'd be able to do, and it's going to Tomorrowland. You know, I've always wanted to go, you know, and now I don't need to ask permission to breed. You know, I can breed without asking permission for breed to breed, you know. I've had 3 days to digest it, and I'd like to apologise for the last 2 days, guys, because all just thinking about was myself, you know. So I apologise for that. It's just, you know what you get with me, you know. I'm transparent. Do you understand? You can see through me, you know. I've a lot of love for people. And in all fairness, you know, strangers have reached out to me and asked me, was I okay? And I was waiting for somebody to send me a message and say, I'm sorry. I should have picked up for you. I didn't. It's my fault. I'm sorry. I didn't even get that. But it's okay, because hurt makes you stronger. Well, Pablo, thanks for coming in. And shout out to your man, your dad. And I appreciate your support, bro. I really do. Standing in front of me, every breath suddenly goes away somehow. I will, when I end the live, Pablo, I'll have a look. I'm glad he's back, you know, because I was wondering where Chop was, you know. I don't know, Ron, but that turkey El Cheek, it's like what he's done for boxing. He's cornering the market. He's got everybody. Look, Ron. He's got Eddie Hearn. Frank Warren, Bob Arum, Al Heyman, Oscar De La Hoya, Misfits Boxing, The Zone, ESPN, it's like HBO. I believe that Terence Crawford would beat Floyd Mayweather, but Floyd Mayweather's, well, how old is he? Do you understand? Like, he beat Canelo's ass when he was 40 years old. But like I said, I'll tell you what, I'd like to see Carl Froch getting back in the ring. You know, 3-time world champion, future Hall of Famer. You know, serious guy. But Terence Crawford, like I said, 42-0. I said it before the fight, Ron. I said me heart the same Canelo, but me boxing mind the same Crawford. Do you remember me saying that? Yeah, Crawford, like Canelo didn't think he'd land a hand on him. You know what I mean? I don't think Darren Till deserves to stand in a ring or share a ring with Carl Froch. I never forget the time when I was watching him and George Groves fight, and George Groves sent the jab through the middle and just caught him flush. You know, but he took it like a fucking champ. You know, he stood up, composed himself. The referee come over, grabbed his gloves. Yeah, all right, yeah, I'm good. You know, and then he rendered George Groves unconscious. You know, like, you don't fuck with people like that can fight. You know, it's like they've been doing it all their life, so it's easy. You know, you swing at me, I'm standing out of the way and lighting you with me hands. But it'd be an interesting fight, in all fairness. Like, but I reckon Crawford would beat Mayweather. That's just my opinion, but you have to look at something, right? If Floyd Mayweather was the same age as Terence Crawford, who do you think would win the fight? I'll tell you who I think would win the fight. If this fight had happened 10 years ago, Floyd Mayweather would have won the fight. But like I said, Misfits Boxing, they've got a lot of influence. They have the Zone backing them, Eddie Hearn. Like, when you have the market cornered, I know about boxing. It's a hobby. I love boxing. I'm an analyst, enthusiast. Turkey Al Sheikh has Eddie Hearn, Frank Warren, Bob Arum, Al Heyman, yeah, Oscar De La Hoya, Misfits Boxing, the Zone. You know, and it's like, this Misfits Boxing is brilliant because it's given average fighters a platform to fight on, and they're getting paid well because the man behind it, shout out to Turkey Al Sheikh, the man behind it, money is no option to them. They have oil money, trillions of dollars, not billions, trillions. You see what I'm talking about? They can pay you what you want. Write a number down. Write down what you want. There you go. That's what I want. No problem. You know. So shout out to Turkey Al Sheikh. You know. Well, enjoy our walk, Ron. What time are we on? 11:05, like I said, man. I was sleepwalking last night and I went out the front door. Just as well, I wasn't somewhere else, because if I had a walking out that front door, the main road, the stair, I would have been killed. You know. Yeah, even if I had been hit by a car and killed and squashed, I still don't think a certain person had come to see me. But like I said, you have to put yourself first sometimes. Well, I reckon, Ron, because Floyd Mayweather, how old is he now? He must be 50, is he? It's like, but I tell you, he can, like, this geezer is super conditioned, you know. In the 6th round is where he starts pinging you, you know. I've always liked Floyd Mayweather, Rocky Marciano. It's like, you know, going back heavyweights, Jack Dempsey. It's like boxing, like I said, I have a lot of friends that like boxing. I have family that represented Ireland in boxing, me cousins. And I've always liked boxing. You know, what I like is, yeah, you have to put bums on seats, okay? So you have to promote the fight and hype it up a little bit, you know, by, for instance, you know, the press conferences, right? So let's say you have Darren Till on one side, you have Tommy Fury on the other side, and John Fury, and you know the antics they get up to, okay? So it's like Darren Till in front of Carl Froch. Darren Till can have a go, but you're not a Hall of Famer, you're not a world champion, not a 3-time world champion. You know, Darren Till couldn't lace his boots. You know, he's a future Hall of Famer. He everyone. You know what I mean? It's like that was what. But I'll never forget when he rendered George Groves unconscious. I mean, slept like McGregor sleep. Yeah, McGregor fast asleep. You know, like that. All he was short of doing was giving him a pillow. Shout out to Dustin Poirier in Lafayette, Louisiana. Uh, but Man United, Chelsea today, that's going to be interesting. I'll tell you what, if we lose again, they'll fucking sack him because he's terrible. He's useless. He's not a good manager. You know, it's like I've said this and keep saying it. I do have arguments with people over this about playing 3 at the back in the Premier League. It doesn't work. You know, if you have a system in place and it's not working and you try fix it and it's still not working, well then it's never going to be fixed. Right, just give me a second. But guys, listen, what I'm going to do is I'm going to end me live. I need to nip out for a bit just to check something, and I'll be back. So thank you for coming in, and I'll see you all later sometime. Yeah.